Hello, Rick, new video. We're going to have now the Psychic Cup available, and we're going to take a look at a team here which seems to be very decent on paper and also worked out pretty well. As we're going to encounter here now a lot of teams that are going to be a little bit awkward. This cup is actually way worse than I expected, and I'm going to explain it, but other than this, at least you're going to be able to get your sets done very fast. I took 29 minutes and 14 seconds to do 15 battles, which is basically nothing. This is basically the queue times cut out. I just went for the footage that I have. 15 battles in 29 minutes is kinda wild. Like, this is not even 2 minutes per battle. And you're going to see it here a lot, like those battles are insanely fast. Here my opponent had the exact same backline as I did, but they just had a different lead, which was beating my lead, which is going to decide the matchup here, as you're going to see the Melamar going to be able to knock me out here. But yeah, like, there is not a lot that I can do about this here. They won the lead, and this was basically how they won the game as well, because the rest of our team was the same. Next opponent, we're going to see another one that wins the lead, and we're going to encounter a Victini coming, and this is kind of still some more spicier stuff actually, because there are a lot of fast move beatdown teams. This is a fast move beatdown team here as well. Actually, we're going to see that twice in a row. I encountered the same team twice in a row. They were also like friends of each other or whatever, who just took the same team from someone. Which was even crazier fast move beatdown than my team, and it is just wild. Like, honestly, the meta itself, it is just farming down Pokemon, getting into the right matchups, trying to get into the right matchups, just farming them all the way down. Charm everywhere, bite everywhere. It is completely insane, this meta right now. I don't really understand what's going on here, but if you want to get your battles done fast, this is definitely the meta you want to play. If you want to have a consistent gameplay that I don't know, like, depends more on skill or anything like this, then this is maybe not the way to go, because this is, I don't know, like, it's literally just fast move beatdown for a lot of things. There's not a lot of skill involved there. There's just, like, trying to align your Pokemon is kinda skill, I guess, but there are some parameters here that you cannot really change anyway. Like, if you lose a lead and you have, like, the opponent having a perfect counter team, which happens here a lot, actually, like, that the opponent tries to counter, like, the teams that are more common, but still, like, it's just wild. I don't know what I really want to think about this cup. What is your opinion on this? Do you like that this is a very fast cup that literally just takes a few seconds to finish one battle, so you get 3 or 5 battles in, like, not even an hour? Like, I would give you not even, like, 45 minutes or 5 sets, which is kind of wild. If you think the same about, like, Ultra League, you would most likely sit there for more than 2 hours to do your Ultra League sets, so it's just insane how fast this is, as we're going to be able to one-shot the Raichu, which is kind of funny, and the Victini is coming in. We're going to say goodbye to the opponent there, but yeah, it's just wild. We see another horrible lead there, Melamar on the lead. We're going to swap out into our Rapidash. This was basically the main idea, by the way, behind this team here. We're going to have the lead of Broguiere, which is going to be able to destroy usually those Pokemon like a Bronzong, like Victini especially, that you don't really want to face with a Fairy type in the back. And we're going to have the Rapidash as our say-swap here, which will be able to deal with most of them as well, as you're going to be able to out-spam them a lot. Just go for the body stamps, just go for the Mega Horn, just knock them all out of here, as we're going to see that we can just go ahead, go into our Broguiere, farm them all the way down. Shield once, payback, fine for me. We have basically full health here still left, and we're going to see the Melamar coming in. We're going to get them super low. I can shield this move up here, as I'm going to get them so low now that even if they have something in the back that's pretty decent, it's going to be close, but it's going to be a Victini. That's going to be interesting here now. Victini should not be able to one-shot our Broguiere, even though we're very squishy with this Pokemon. You see already, it doesn't even matter anyway, because Broguiere is just farming them all the way down. Hi Melamar, goodbye Melamar, and this is the next game. I have this here not on higher speed than any other battles, 2 times speed like always, but like the battles fly by insanely fast. There's not a lot that I can do about this. Things to learn with this team. The matchup against Rapidash can be a little bit tricky. Here I think this was the best I played it, kinda. I kind of have to shield here, I think, still. Rapidash as a say-swap can be very tricky for this team. If you go into your Gardevoir, you have to basically shield twice, which is not really ideal. My Gardevoir at least doesn't have the best IVs, as we're going to encounter now the Victini coming back in here. You might be able to get the shield back, going for the bait here with the body slam. They're going to shield this move up. You could also have high horsepower, which would have been a cool play for this Pokemon as well. Like, if you are a little bit more spicy, try to play high horsepower here. I don't think this really gives you a disadvantage anyway. But here the opponent going to try to knock me out, which is fine. We're going to see the Melamar coming back in here. I'm just going to let this move go through. I don't really care too much about it. And what I'm also going to do here is, which is going to be funny, I'm just going to let them knock me out here. I'm just not going to throw anything here, even though I could have farmed him down. This is not lag, this is intentional gameplay. Because I didn't want to give the opponent's Victini enough farm to get to 2 charge moves, I wanted to get them low enough though that I can go for 1 Aqua Tail and now bite them down, which worked out pretty well. But if I, for example, just knocked out the opponent there, they would have been able to just quick attack me down, would have got to 2 charge moves and would have knocked me out there, so I had to wait a little bit. Next opponent, we're going to encounter the same lead as we have. We see a Raichu coming in now. They basically kept their charge move alive, which is fine for us, as we can just farm down this Raichu. Sadly, they're still going to get to another charge move here, but we can shield this move up. Thunder Punch is coming through, and we can knock out the Raichu before they really do a lot of damage. And the opponent going to forfeit. Next game done, next game coming in. We see this is the first person that has basically the same team as we have, but with a different Pokemon in the bag. Also, what I found, which I found really weird, I lost every single CMP tie against opponent's Bruxish. And I don't know if this is actually how it's supposed to be, because you see my IV spread, I have a lot of attack investment, and this is usually not how it's supposed to be. I wonder if like Bite messes it up, because I know like 1-turn moves are a little bit buggy right now. But this is completely wild for me. I don't know what really happened there. But here we're going to see a Gardevoir against us, and guess what they have in the bag? It's going to be the Gallade. So yeah, if you have a 1 Charmer, you can also have 2 Charmers. So here we have encountering exactly the exact same team back to back. They were like, so like he messaged me here, said he's sorry for the team that they used, but like my team is not really that much better, to be fair. So like he doesn't really have to be sorry, like all fine. But yeah, like we are encountering exactly the same team that we encountered before. I'm gonna go into my Gardevoir here, which was in hindsight, I guess, the wrong move. I should just went for my charge moves, but I didn't know that they have another Gardevoir in the back. I didn't expect to encounter the exact same team twice in a row. So, like, it is a wild. Again, there's nothing cut out. All the battles I did, all 15 battles are in this video, because you see already how fast they are. It is just, it's just insane. We see the next opponent here going to have a very good lead for us, but we, again, the Rapidash, we should play this a little bit differently. We see here, I think this was one of my first battles, like they're always randomized. We see here that they're going to do a ton of damage here, but because we have like actually a high attack version of the Rapidash as well, as you can see here, we will be able to just get the shield from the opponent while we can let the move go through. And I'm just going to go ahead and farm them down with my Bruxish, I guess. They still get to 1 more move. I hope that they don't get to 2 more moves, as they're gonna go for the Body Slam here. I'm gonna go ahead, yeah, I can farm them all the way down here, and hopefully we have a great matchup in the bag. Let's see what they're gonna go into. They're gonna go into a Bruxish. What a surprise. We have this Pokemon twice here, and I think I misplayed this one a little bit, was it? I did not get to the move here. I want to swap out there and save the move, which just didn't work out for whatever reason. This kind of killed the game for me, because now the Bruxish still has a shield left, and I think I would have got to another charge move, maybe? I'm not sure actually if it killed me the game. Yeah, I got to the charge move here. So if I actually went ahead and thrown the charge move immediately with my own Bruxish, I would have been able to win this game. So this was definitely something that was avoidable, but sadly I didn't. Here against this next opponent, we're gonna go ahead and go for the Body Slam first. Why you go for Body Slam here, by the way? Yes, the opponent knows it's not going to be a bait or anything like that. That's not going to be a nuke move or anything like this. While they go for their own nuke move. But if you swap out, basically, you're half a turn behind the opponent, so you're unaligned. But while going for the charge move first, you basically ignore the turn that the opponent is ahead, because they basically always sneak 1 move in anyway if you have the same fast move there, and if they're like 1 turn ahead, like they only get like the half turn instead of like 2 turns from directly sneaking in the charge move there. So you kind of can ignore the difference there from them basically being in the lead and you swapping in with half a second later. So yeah, like throwing there first before the opponent just ignores the disadvantage he had prior, which is kind of nice, but not really that necessary to know anyway. We see the Rapidash coming back in here. We're going to go ahead, and this time around we're going to go into our Gardevoir just to test out how this is going to go here. I'm going to let the move go through, and I should have most likely also let this move go through here. Which I did, and I can go ahead and go and farm them all the way down here, I guess, with my Bruxish. I don't get to another charge move here. There's nothing that we can deal with Bruxish, but the opponent actually has basically the best Pokemon for that role here, which is going to be the Malamar. But still, again, you see how low this Pokemon already got here, which is wild. We can shield up the foul play, and we can go ahead and go into our own Pony. My little Pony going to be definitely able to do some decent damage here, as we're going to be able to go for some Body Slams against the opponent's Victini. They're going to try to farm us all the way down here for sure. This is the play to go for my opponent at least. but I can go ahead and go for 2 body slams still, which will get the final shield by my opponent. We still might have a chance here of winning this game. Let's see, we're going to be able to go for another charge move here. They have 100 energy, they're going to get both shields gone here, and we're going to have to shield up the move here, which is going to be the V-Create coming in, and they can go for another one here, but actually, they went ahead and went for one overheat here, which helped them win the game for sure. I think I would have been able to win the game otherwise. Overheat does more damage than V-Create. Not a lot more damage, but a little bit more damage, which helped out my opponent quite a bit there. As we will now be able to go into the next match, we're going to see the Bronzong swapping in perfectly into our charge move, which will allow us to go for some Mega Horn action later on. We have to go for one body slam anyway, so I will be able to go ahead and get the shield back from them, and we can go for another charge move here that hopefully knocks them out. Let's take a look at this one. It does not knock them out because they shield the move up, and they're gonna go to 2 shields down because they know that they're going to get those shields back anyway. But it is kind of wild here. We're going to see that we can just farm them all the way. They're going to go for another charge move here. We're going to shield this move up as well. It's going to be payback time, and we can farm them all the way. Malamar comes in. We're going to weaken them a little bit, as we're going to be able to now have a better time with our Gardevoir. Shouldn't have done that. I would have been able to farm them down no matter what, so like this was not really necessary. Foul play coming through, going to get us low. They're going to go ahead and go back into their next Pokemon, which is going to be the Broguiere themselves, and I think I'm going to lose this battle here. Yeah, I have not enough HP to win this battle still, and they're going to be able to knock me out here with the Psychic Fangs. So it's going to be a good game as well. One of the longer games, I feel like, which was like 2.5 minutes maybe. But yeah, next opponent, we're going to see a Rapidash in the lead. We're going to swap out into our own Rapidash. You see already, I'm going to go immediately for the charge move here, allowing them basically to not get an extra fast move through due to them throwing first, which is very nice for me as I can shield up the move. They're gonna go for the body slam. I don't really care too much about it. We have the same amount of energy now, which is amazing, as they're gonna go ahead and go into a Victini. I didn't even see them swapping there. We will be able to go for one body slam here at least, which will do some nice damage. Let's see how much damage they're going to do. They're going to let this move go through as well, which is kind of annoying because if we went for the Mega Horn, this thing would have been Mega Gone, but we will be able to farm them all the way down here still. And we see the opponent coming in now into... Let's see, the Rapidash again, allowing us to go for the shield here and farm them all the way down, because my play now is hopefully to debuff the opponent, as my Gardevoir can then finish up the match. We're going to see a Slowbro coming in here, and if you think Slowbro is a good answer, let's see, they're going to let the Psychic Fangs go through. Look how much damage the bite is doing, it's insane. Next opponent, let's see what's coming in here. We're going to see the Gardevoir against us. We're going to swap out immediately into the Rapidash, as we're going to get faced by one Bronzong here. We're just going to go straight for the Mega Horn. Mega Horn will allow us to get the shield here at least, and we can go ahead and go for another one eventually. I'm going to shield this move up. Because I know already that they have the Gardevoir, they're most likely going to try to keep their shields. I don't really need my shields too much. Usually I have the problem that I just don't use my shields too often, so... sometimes I should just shield more often, so here we're going to shield up the Heavy Slam coming in. We're going to try to keep the moves alive here, which is going to be nice. We see the Gardevoir coming back in here, and we can go for an Awkward Tail. That will knock them out if they're going to let this move go through. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to go ahead and let the move go through as the Claydol is coming in. We will have to go for 2 charge moves here with my Rapidash. I thought Claydol would do more damage here. And if I knew how this all would have went, I would have been able to just go ahead and go for a Mega Horn here eventually, because I would have actually survived still this fast move, which I didn't know. But luckily, they just let the move go through, allowing us to go into our Gardevoir, farming them all the way down. They're going to die here with 1 shield left, because I have no idea why they left the shield alive there, but I take this one. This most likely going to be the final battle. So many battles in just 15 minutes, 15 battles in 15 minutes. It's kind of wild here, as we're going to encounter the Broguiere as the lead from the opponent. Again, we lose CMP there, and they actually had like more HP anyway. They had like way more bulk than I had on mine, so I think the CMP types, they are just bugged, because it doesn't make sense otherwise. Here we're going to encounter the Rapidash. Do we have the exact same team as the opponent? This is going to be the question here today, as we can go ahead and go for more charge move. The Body Slam coming through, going to get them low. We can go for another Body Slam here. And I just want to get the shield from the opponent or knock them out. We're going to be able to reach another Body Slam, but they win CMP, so they have even higher attack than ours, which is kind of wild as well. But we still survive it. We can go for 1 charge move, and we will see in the back the opponent having the Malamar. So it's going to be a good game here. I hope you enjoyed this video, a very fast one there. Do you play this cup? Do you want to play the Ultra League? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you next video. Bye!